voice. This is the day that the Lord has made. And what we gonna do? We gonna rejoice and be glad in it. Listen, I'm super excited today to have a young man that's dedicated on the ground to move the needle in communities. One thing we have to have in every community, every neighborhood, is a person that is dedicated to making sure it happens. And today I'm super excited to have a young man that's a husband, father of two, active community leader and volunteer, dedicated to public service and an advocate committed to building safer, stronger neighborhoods in Shelby County. With over 15 years of experience in law enforcement, Marvin Wiggins Sr. is that guy. He's also an elected member of the Shelby County Democratic Party Executive Committee and serves as the board of directors for the Christopher Pugh Center, that I love by the fact out, where he works to expand mentorship and opportunities for at-risk youth. His political focus centers around community safety, youth engagement, and ensuring that resources are directed toward education, healthcare, and crime prevention rather than simply reacting to a crisis. Will you help me welcome to the Dr. Telisa Show, the one and only Marvin Wiggins Sr. at that.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you, Marvin. Thank you for all that you're doing. You know, to see a young man like yourself that is on fire to move the needle for others, you know, even if you're a husband and a father, but you're concerned about other children in your community, you're concerned about other people in your community, and that means something. And so tell us a little bit why, right? Tell us what's your roots. You know, as I always say, where you grew up at, baby, where you grew up, and, you know, your decision to even serve on a greater level.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I grew up in Memphis. I like to claim North Memphis.
Yes!
That's where my grandmother's from.
Okay.
When she was living, she stayed over off of Evergreen, right across from Valentine.
Yeah, Becca.
Yeah, but as a kid, I grew up or lived in numerous communities in Memphis. You know, starting in North Memphis, South Memphis, Westwood, Cordova. So it was quite a ride when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And the thing that got me into law enforcement, this might sound funny to some, but it was the movie Bad Boys 2.
Okay.
I originally wanted to go to I originally wanted my career to be some journalism, news anchor, radio host. But when I saw that movie, I said, I want to be like Mike.
Bad boys.
Yeah.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when Marvin comes for you?
Look, I wanted to be like Mike, but I ended up being like Marcus Burnett.
Okay.
I ended up getting married at 19. I had my son, and being a police officer allows me not only to serve the community, not only to protect the community, but it allows me to be the change, which is my motto. Be the change that you like to see, and that's something I try to live by every day.
And you know, because you wanted to be a police officer, that ain't what you originally wanted to be, but God set you there because He knew that other young boys in these communities in which you're serving, they need to see you.
Yes.
Because a lot of times the younger people don't see people that look like us in these roles, so they never want to be it, right? So you don't know how the Lord was shifting you for the next generation, right?
Yes.
And so when you think about all the things that you are doing, Marvin, but you not only want to see the change in our landscape of Memphis, but a focus is on that Cordova, Tennessee.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about it, because I tell people Cordova is like a really big community.
It is.
So kind of tell us why you want to see Cordova, because Cordova landscape, the home ownership has kind of changed a little bit. Kind of talk about it.
Well, I choose Cordova. First of all, I bought my first home, the home I stay in now, at 27.
Okay.
And I live in Cordova. And I remember when I was a kid, I used to stay over off Trinity, and I used to walk to Burt Ferguson in the library almost every day after school. So Cordova has a special place in my heart. And recently I figured out that, hey, I can serve Cordova on a larger scale. Mm-hmm. And, you know, the focus is definitely going to be on, my biggest pet peeve is potholes.
Okay.
The amount of taxes that the homeowners the businesses paying taxes, I don't believe there should be not one pothole.
You call them potholes, I call them life holes, because look like I drive and my whole life falls down in a hole.
And the state has the gall to not pay for it.
Yeah.
I popped numerous tires and hadn't been reimbursed yet. So that's one thing. And also the parks, infrastructure like street lighting. And the biggest thing is public safety and first responder response, making sure that the firemen and ambulances can respond in a good amount of time, and also an increase of law enforcement presence, because Cordova for a long time, and it's still considered a suburb, and it's relatively safe, but as you get more elements moving in, more rental homes being purchased in the area, that spawns crime.
Yes.
So the amount of crime that's happening, we don't have enough police presence to proactively deter that crime.
And that's true, and I listen to so many people saying, well, I'm finna move out of this community, I'm finna move out of this community. And that's even down when they move, I said, are you selling your home to a private owner or to a person that's gonna live into it, or somebody just wants some money quick? Because if you're selling it for a quick fix, right, then you're really gonna ultimately hurting the next generation, because now you don't have true home ownership that values the community, and versus you have people that's coming in and leaving out and don't have a stake in that community.
Right, and that's one of the things I'm trying to change. I'm also the president of my HOA, the Berryville Farms community. I think we're maybe one of the largest. We have 1,100 homes in our HOA. And my cove specifically, in the past 2 years, 3 homes have been sold to Progress Residential. Now, thank goodness the neighbors are awesome. They take care of their property, but that's not always the case.
Right.
I was once a renter. I'm not talking bad about renters, but my first rental house, I'm not gonna cut the grass. It's not my house. Right. But once you buy your home and you invest in something, then that's when you start to
It's personal.
Right. So one of the things I'm trying to change with my HOA is to stop rental companies from buying homes in the neighborhood. Grandfather everyone else in, but from a certain date forward, no more rental homes being sold in the neighborhood.
I think that is a great initiative, and I think that's a great way to lead, because you are protecting the investments of all those 1,100 people that live in that Berry Hill community. Because like I know, if you get too much, then the investment of the value, and we all purchase homes and purchase property for investments. We don't just do it just to do it. We do it for investment. And so I'm really grateful for that. But let's talk about, how are you going to balance policy with compassion without alienating the community members that may think that's a good thing?
Well, I've done it my whole career.
Okay.
I've been able to police, sometimes aggressively, without violating rights.
Okay.
Without making people feel bad about the situation they're in. And the compassion comes into it. One story comes to mind. I had to arrest a lady when I was working for the Millington Police Department.
Okay.
She shoplifted. It was groceries. She was trying to get food for her kids. Now, she did get a misdemeanor citation, which is in lieu of arrest. She didn't go to jail, but she had to show up to court. But also, I turned around and bought the groceries for her. Carried her to her car, made sure we got to the apartment, put the groceries up, helped her clean up a little bit. And that's just one of the stories that I can recall as far as compassion, because we're all human beings.
Absolutely.
And we all go through things. And it's one thing I try to teach my guys, a term is called procedural justice.
Okay.
It's basically the emphasis on it is every encounter with police is a deposit into the community's bank of trust. And we want to make deposits. We don't want to withdraw from that trust.
Yes.
And I think one thing that can increase or improve policing is a better community trust, better community influence, and better just, being for the community to trust.
Yeah. And one thing I could say is community policing works.
Yes.
Because when the community trusts, we were at an event this past weekend. Lieutenant Grandison, him and my godfather, best friends, right? And grew up in Douglas, have a property in Douglas, My church is in Douglas. I mean, I'm rooted in the community, right? But one thing we would always say to him is that we didn't have a big crime problem because he community policed the people. The people knew what to do, what not to do, and then you wasn't afraid to say, son, you created a crime, we finna turn you in because we would rather this happen than somebody come get you.
Yes.
And so that happens so much, even in what we're doing right now, but you gotta have a walk with a higher power to do that. Because if you don't have a walk with a higher power, I believe you're gonna be in trouble, right?
Yes,
and so what role does your faith and your values play in the way you lead, especially in those tough decisions or moral dilemmas? Because right now we got a lot of dilemmas going on.
Yes,
tell me, how does your faith have all this?
It all leads back to compassion. I try to live my life as close as to what the word says.
Yes.
I'm not perfect. I'm going to.
None of us are.
Like we all do. But one thing that I've learned, especially in my role as a husband, is to not only lead, but to serve. Serve my wife, lead and serve my children. And when you have compassion and empathy and you can understand why certain people do the things they do, you can make a better decision. Now, we all have to follow the law. My job as a police officer is to enforce the law.
Yes.
Now, while I may take you to jail if you committed a crime, I'll also turn around and say, well, hey, once you get out, let's try these things so you can avoid making the same decision.
Absolutely, absolutely. But Marvin, one thing I believe in my heart of hearts, just listening to you, your heart is for people. And it's to see the betterment of people, not just short term, but long term. Because I think a lot of times we see decisions are made short term, but not looking at the long time results, whether it's positive or negative. Kind of talk about the youth mentorship, because for me, I always tell people what we do with our children now will determine our future. Because our children are our future. I said, I do not, I disagree. I think that they're our now. If we don't do something with them now, then we won't have no future, right? And so, but you've been so involved with you. How's it working?
It's been working really well. Like you stated, I'm on the board of directors for the Christopher Pugh Center.
Yes.
And I fell in love with that organization. Last year, I attended an event named Breaking Bread with My Brothers. It was hosted at New Direction, and I went in my official capacity with the Sheriff's Department.
Yeah.
But after the program, I was like, hey, I really want to get involved. I really would like to get involved.
Yeah.
So since then, I've been volunteering with the CPC.
Yeah.
I've been going to different events representing CPC, fundraising for CPC, and that allowed me to be appointed to the board of directors.
Yeah.
So now I'm working on this year's Breaking Bread with My Brothers, and I'm also working on our Bold Ties and Blazers.
Yes.
And one thing I do see with these young kids is they go lost. They do need some type of direction, and it is up to us.
It's up to us. And shout out to Michelle. I love you so much. Because Christopher Pugh Foundation Center is doing the work. And what I love about it, she's housed right there in Cordova.
Yes, ma'am.
A beautiful facility right in Cordova. So y'all got some great things that's happening in Cordova. Hey, I'm your girl, Dr. Telisa Franklin. I'll be back with more with Marvin Wiggins Sr. as we continue to discuss all things Cordova.
Join the rhythm and feel the beat in our community where we're all complete. With Dr. Telisa, let's take a stand. Together we'll grow hand in hand.
From the
Dr.
roots of
Telisa
history
Show
to dreams we chase, Dr. Telisa Franklin shines a light on every face and
At the
every
Dr.
heartbeat.
Telisa
There's
Show.
a story to tell. Gotta keep the culture celebrated as we excel
here at the Dr. Telisa Show.
It's time for an upgrade. Let's upgrade your skincare routine. If you suffer from acne scars, dark spots, or severe hyperpigmentation, you need the Tones by Coco Brightening Moisturizer, Rapid Dark Spot Corrector, and you have to try our Kojic Acid Sea Moss Soap. These products work so fast, you can see results in just 7 days. You have to try. Shop now and get 10% off your first order at tonesbycoco.com. Hey you, ready to glow up this year? The Tones by Coco Luxury Organic System has the complete skincare regimens that tailor to all skin types. Wash your face to perfection with the trusted luxury organic brand. Our product line will help you solve problematic skin issues such as hyperpigmentation, acne, severe skin dryness, and inflammation. Our daily regimen kits, they help combat these issues, leaving your skin with an even tone appearance, clear from acne and blackheads, moisturized with max hydration, free from irritation and sensitivities. We also carry top quality plant extracted cloth mask containing herbal healing properties, along with vitamins that add that essential nutrition to your skin. Start your journey today. Vegan, cruelty-free, clinically tested, and ethnically approved. Shop now at www.tonesbycoco.com.
Join the rhythm and feel the beat in our community where we're all complete. With Dr. Telisa, let's take a stand. Together we'll grow hand in hand.
From the
Dr.
roots of history
Show.
to dreams we chase, Dr. Talisa Franklin shines a light on every face. In
At the
every
Dr.
heartbeat,
Telisa
there's
Show.
a story to tell. Gotta keep the culture celebrated as we excel. Here at the Dr. Talisa Show.
Hey y'all, we're back right here on the Dr. Telisa Show, where we're having a powerful conversation with Marvin Wiggins Sr. That's really a change agent, not just in the city of Memphis, but especially in the Cordova, Tennessee area. And so Marvin, you have talked so many amazing things of some of the initiatives that you're implementing in Cordova to ensure home ownership, to make sure our homeowners keep their property value up, because that means a lot. From safety to even working with the Christopher Pugh, dealing with our at-risk children to make sure they just get in another direction, because unfortunately they've probably been in the wrong environment, right? And so now we just got to get them back on the right track. But when you worked across all these different sectors, whether it's law enforcement, political, or nonprofit, how do you attend to bring all those experiences to making sure people on the city council, the county commission, are all hear the concerns of Cordova?
Yes, ma'am. So my position with the Shelby County Democratic Party, I'm on the executive committee.
Yes.
I represent District 5, which is mostly Cordova. When I was elected, I told them, I said, hey, I'm going to hold you all accountable to the people.
Yes.
And one thing I think people tend to forget is once they are elected into these positions, they tend to forget that it's the people they work for.
Absolutely.
And it's the people's best interest they should keep in mind. So to bring all that together politically wise, I plan on running for a position in 2027.
Okay.
And I want everybody to see that I'm not only going to be around during election time,
Okay.
I'm going to be around.
Okay.
And I can bring my law enforcement experience, because public safety is still the number one concern
Gotcha.
when it comes to the public. And also the nonprofit, along with public safety, the biggest driver of crime right now is the youth.
Okay.
So we can intervene with the youth at the right time, doing the right things. I think and I believe we can put a dent in the crime. We can't stop crime. Crime been around since Cain and Abel. So anyone that says they can stop crime, not
Tell it
telling the
tale.
truth. Yes, ma'am. And just like me, when I was growing up, I almost joined a gang. But my mentor, who I still can call today and speak to him, his name is Sergeant Fred Bailey.
Wow.
And the day that I was supposed to be jumped in,
Yeah.
God made it to where he said, hey, have you thought about JROTC? And I said no. And that day I joined JROTC, and that is where my life changed and direction of my life changed for the better.
Wow.
I did 4 years ROTC, graduated top of my class, and I'm a much better person than I could have been
Yes.
if it was not for that intervention, that mentorship.
And I always tell people, mentorships make the difference. And when I hear people telling me all the problems, I said, don't tell me the problem unless you told me how you contribute to the solution, right? And even with that, I know I started this movement called Moving Memphis Forward, where this initiative is to be a bridge, right? To be a bridge from our elected and our community. So the community feel valued and heard, and making sure our elected be accountable to answer to the community. And so just know that if you're not a part, we're doing them in all different communities. We did North Memphis, we got Cordova, we got East Memphis, and we got Whitehaven. And it's an initiative so that we can bring the people back to the forefront, so people will know. And then make sure the community stay accountable and our elected officials. And so just side note, y'all, movingmemphisforward.org. You can find out all the locations too, y'all. Because we do have one coming in Cordova. I think it's October the 9th. So we'll talk about that. Yeah, because we want to move, and that one, our mayor will be there, Mayor Paul Young, Chief Buckner, State Representative Parkins, and Senator Lamar. So many people that are boots on the ground that can help us move the needle, but also need to answer questions from the community, right? And so when you think about that, I was going to ask you, how do you respond to skeptics that always say politicians just talk the talk and don't walk the walk? I'm committed to making sure they just don't talk the talk. I'm committed to saying, tell me what you're doing. Show our people. Don't be out front when the camera's on and telling me you're doing this, but behind the scenes you're not doing nothing.
Yes, ma'am. And really can't blame them. A lot. It seems like a lot of people do get elected and they just say what they can to get into office, and when it's time to fight for the people, they draw back. I can't do it. You can advocate, you can fight, you can make a big stink if you're fighting for your people.
Absolutely. If you're fighting. Because
for your people.
I even, with State Representative Parkinson, me and him, we've been on each other for years, and I look at his record, right? From State Representative Parkinson and State Representative Tory Harris on the Democratic, they're the ones that got the most bills passed. I was like, so this is how you move the needle. How many bills you got passed?
Especially the Tennessee House that's ran by.
So you got to know how to be bridges to get some stuff passed out there, right? And so that's why it was imperative that I have him a part. So because he represents Cordova too, because I needed to know how we're fighting for this community, like we're fighting for North Memphis, East Memphis, and every portion of the city. And so how do you, because you're on the EC, and of course I'm grateful to be on the EC and the recording secretary for the Democratic Party, but we have to make sure, how do we engage, mobilize every single day to residents doing campaigns and about governments, because what's happening, the same people are getting elected just because they have no work.
Exactly.
So how are you going to keep mobilizing the Cordova community to understand if we want to see change, we got to get ourselves out to the polls?
Yes, got to get ourselves out to the polls. I'm also a deputy registrar, so I can, register people to vote. And I do a lot of door knocking. I'm very active in my big neighborhood. But as I continue to expand, I'm all about doing the work. I'm an able-bodied young man. I can walk. I can drive, I can get out there, I can go to these events and show people that, hey, I'm here and I'm willing to fight for you, but I cannot do it by myself. I need your support.
Absolutely.
So one thing that I also would say is, just like this morning with my HOA, I was out putting mulch in the entrances. I didn't, nobody taking no pictures, I didn't put on my HOA gear. I just got out there and started working in the garden, because that's what people see when they first enter the neighborhood. And that's just an example of doing the work, getting dirty, very dirty, and doing the work, and not just sitting in air condition and looking on social media all day.
Right. Finding things to be a problem versus saying you be a solution. With all the things that you're doing, what would advice you would give to some of the residents that maybe has not been engaged any of the HO meetings, or just maybe understand life be life, right?
Yes.
What would be some of the best practice or advice you would give them to get more plugged in with you, to have more hands in the fight of keeping the community up?
One of the biggest mediums I use is social media, Facebook.
Okay.
I would say you could easily find it's specific to our HOA, Berry Hill HOA, on Facebook. We keep it very, we post almost every day about things going on.
Okay.
And, you know, one thing we do struggle with is people paying dues.
Okay.
I think we're at like 15% people paying dues. And then, so people, I don't want to use the word complain, but for lack of better words, complain about how things look. But we can't do it
without some money. Everybody gotta have some skin in the game.
Yes, gotta have skin in the game, and the money that's donated, it's spent just for the HOA, just like with the interests we're working on right now. And we're actually, I'm trying to save us money by doing the work ourselves instead of contracting it out.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. So just get online, visit the website, come to our events. We're having a national night out at Cordova High School, October 7th from 6 to 8 p.m. Just show up.
Yes. Show up and have a good time. Do they bring anything? What do people need to do?
We've been blessed to be able to pay for the food, pay for the entertainment. Some elected officials will be there.
Okay, good.
The Sheriff's Department, MPD, and Fire Department will be there. And it's literally just getting out, meeting your law enforcement and first responder partners, and congregating with your neighbors.
I love it. And you know what? In the times like this, we need to know who our neighbors. Because I don't know about you, but if when y'all lived in Becca, that everybody knew everybody on the street, right? And so that's the same thing now. That even when I'm in my daughter's home, I know everybody on my street because the house was inherited from my grandparents, right? So I grew up in this house, right? And so then I have all of Ash Street, and then Orr Street. Our church is there, right? Okay. So I preach there, I teach there, I hug on the babies at school. So every street I know everybody because it's the community.
Right.
It's
the community to do anything.
So that's the neighbor in the hood that folk keep trying to take out our communities.
Right.
So we're being good neighbors.
Yes,
we want to make sure that people stay connected. How can people stay connected to all things Marvin? Because I know you're doing some great things, and we want to make sure people stay connected to you.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, they can follow me on Facebook. Like I said, that's my biggest medium. My page is Marvin Wiggins Senior. Okay. Real simple. I got a blue suit on and a big old smile. So I'll be easy to find. And I've been getting a lot of friend requests from different people in the community. And even going to these events, people come up to me, hey man, keep up the good work. And I'm like,
people see.
Right. I was like, how you know me? But it's working.
Yeah, and also people see me, but they just don't know.
Yes,
so they see you working.
Yes.
And you don't have to, I tell people, I don't have to toot my horn. Right. I know what I've done in life and what I've done for people.
And I'm ready to do much more.
Come on, because there's much more work to do, right?
Yes, ma'am, always.
I love it. I love it. I gotta ask you this. I ask all of my guests before you get out of here. What is the one word that you would use to describe community?
Trust.
Trust.
Yes,
what's the one word you would use to describe culture?
Influence.
So in order for us to have the conversations, we need to move our community. Yes. We gotta have influence, and we gotta have trust.
Yes.
Because if you ain't got no trust, you ain't got no us, right?
Exactly. Yes, ma'am. That is so true.
Thank you so much, Marvin. I appreciate you. I'm grateful for your service because you put yourself out there. Most people don't know. Being on the EC, it's not a paid position.
It's not.
Doing the HOA, it's not a paid position. But if you keep doing right, God pays us all after a while. As they say in the church, after a while, He'll pay. So He did it. He did it. Hallelujah. Thank you so much, Marvin. So hey, y'all, I'm your girl, Dr. Telisa Franklin. Know that I love you, baby. Absolutely, positively love you. And there's nothing you can do about it. Make this day, make this moment, make this second the best ever, and learn how to be the best version of you. Why? Because everybody else is taking. I'm taking. Marvin is taking. Be blessed is our prayer for you. Blessings.
Join the rhythm and feel the beat in our community where we're all complete. With Dr. Telisa, let's take a stand. Together we'll grow hand in hand.
From
at
the
Dr.
roots of
Telisa
history
Show.
to dreams we chase, Dr. Talisa Franklin shines a light on every face. In
At the
every
Dr.
heartbeat,
Telisa
there's a
Show.
story to tell. Gotta keep the culture celebrated as we excel. Here at the Dr. Telisa Show.
It's time for an upgrade. Let's upgrade your skincare routine. If you suffer from acne scars, dark spots, or severe hyperpigmentation, you need the Tones by Coco Brightening Moisturizer, Rapid Dark Spot Corrector, and you have to try our Kojic Acid Sea Moss Soap. These products work so fast, you can see results in just 7 days. You have to try. Shop now and get 10% off your first order at tonesbycoco.com. Hey you, ready to glow up this year? The Tones by Coco Luxury Organic System has the complete skincare regimens that tailor to all skin types. Wash your face to perfection with the trusted luxury organic brand. Our product line will help you solve problematic skin issues such as hyperpigmentation, acne, severe skin dryness, and inflammation. Our daily regimen kits, they help combat these issues, leaving your skin with an even tone appearance, clear from acne and blackheads, moisturized with max hydration, free from irritation and sensitivities. We also carry top quality plant extracted cloth mask containing herbal healing properties, along with vitamins that add that essential nutrition to your skin. Start your journey today. Vegan, cruelty-free, clinically tested, and ethnically approved. Shop now at www.tonesbycoco.com.
Join the rhythm and feel the beat in our community where we're all complete. With Dr. Telisa, let's take a stand. Together we'll grow hand in hand.
From
at
the
Dr.
roots of
Telisa
history
Show.
to dreams we chase, Dr. Talisa Franklin shines a light on every face. In
At the
every
Dr.
heartbeat,
Telisa
there's a
Show.
story to tell. Gotta keep the culture celebrated as we excel. Here at the Dr. Telisa Show.